What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer in this video here again today. We're going to be going over this other People magazine interview that came out yesterday that mostly dived a bit deeper into what the director Jennifer Kane Robinson had to say about keeping I Still Know What You Did Last Summer canon, the argument surrounding that, and just work my way up to why I think this is grounds to believe wholeheartedly that Brandy will appear in some capacity in this upcoming sequel. If she doesn't, she just doesn't. But the article starts off with Jen stating, all things that you want to see in this movie, you're going to see in this movie. Now, the big thing people currently want to see in this movie, for those of you who love those first two films like me, is Brandy back as Karla. Granted, I am one of those individuals who think that you should not be bringing her back if it's just going to be for some cheap cameo, but it is what it is. I just think Karla deserves a bit of an arc and something worthwhile to do other than just make me smile for 10 seconds. So the article continues to say that the events of I Still Know will still apply in the upcoming entry. So we're not ignoring I Still Know. She's doubling down on something she already told us last year. She goes on to say we actually got into a really big fight about the canon of I Still Know. She said this, she got into an argument with one of her co-writers. One of our first big fights together about this project was we were both talking about just how much weight it should hold in Julie's story, because what happens in that movie is so crazy that it would probably make you never trust anyone again. I was like, okay, but this is a fun horror movie, and I don't think we should make it a meditation on the fact that this woman was lured to the Bahamas by someone she thought wanted to date her, but actually wanted to kill her. Robinson continued, we have one really fantastic nod to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer that people are going to love. Now, I'm going to circle back to that. She continued on to say that we were purposely wanting to make this movie both for fans of the original who are coming to this and excited about the Easter eggs, but also for a new audience that can find I Know and almost watch the first one like a prequel. That was very front of my mind as we made this movie. You do not need to do any research coming into I Know What You Did Last Summer. You just have to have a really good time. And of course, we know that the film is going to be coming out this July. Yesterday, we got all those new stills that you've been seeing come across your screen here of Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., and the entire new set of newbies who are going to be leading the film. So at the actual top of the article, she was directly asked if Brandy will return in the upcoming installment, and Jennifer Kane Robinson said, you'll have to go see the movie. So when considering the follow-up comments, especially one where she directly says, or just explicitly, I should say, states, there's one really fantastic nod to I Still Know that people are going to love featured in this upcoming sequel. Coupling that with the fact that we know that her and Brandy had a meeting. We don't know how said meeting went, but Brandy has been silent ever since. This is kind of the first time we've heard anything about it since that meeting that went on. Brandy hasn't stated she's in it, but the social media accounts do follow Brandy. They also follow some of the older stars like Ryan Felipe, Sarah Michelle Gellar, who we know had a hand in the production of this upcoming film. And apparently we're going to be seeing Helen Shiver's grave. But when you couple all the things that have been coming out surrounding Brandy, you have to believe that this nod is going to be Karla appearing on screen in some capacity. Now, here's the thing. It's probably going to be something cheap. It's probably going to be something that just makes you smile for 10 seconds and then she's gone. This movie is jammed with new faces that they need to build up, and they're trying to do the right thing by ushering in a new audience to a franchise that essentially has been dead for over 2 decades, like I've been stating many times in countless videos. And you're not going to have time to really work anything incredible up for Karla to make her return worthwhile. I get that some people do not prefer to have anything worthwhile in terms of a story, but I myself would prefer to have that for Karla. And if I'm not getting that, I would prefer Karla just not appear. But I always enjoy seeing Brandy in anything. I've always been a fan of Brandy's work as an actress. I've been a fan of her music. You've heard me talk about Moesha a few times on this channel. And yeah, if I see Brandy, I'll be happy, but I'm not necessarily going to be the biggest fan of just bringing her in for a quick smile. That's what it feels like we're going to get. I do think that all of these comments so far do confirm, without outright stating it, that she will appear on screen in some capacity, whether that be a FaceTime call, or whether that be hearing her voice, or whether that be a flashback sequence, which I guess you could say counts as an appearance from Brandy, even though that's not how people wanted to see Brandy. They want to see Brandy in real time. Now, her comment of, you'll have to go see the movie, is not sitting well with some people, because they're like, oh, well, you're just dragging and egging us on. Just tell us if she's in the movie. They're not going to tell you if the whole point of it is leveraging that interest of seeing Brandy for you to go out and see the movie so that the movie can be profitable. In terms of a business tactic, that is smart. Even if Brandy doesn't appear, their mindset could just be, okay, let's leverage that interest. And even if she doesn't appear, at least that helped us get more butts in seats. You could say it's a bit slimy, but it is a business tactic and it does work. And it has worked many times. People are working themselves up over it, even though she has not outrightly said, yeah, Brandy's back or Brandy isn't back. Just go see the movie and find out, which is the best Hollywood type of response you could give, if I'm being quite honest. But do you guys think that Brandy will appear in I Know What You Did Last Summer? Why or why not? Let me know all that down in the comment section below. I do want to share a really quick theory with you all to conclude this video in relation to who they could be hitting in this accident, because we know it's going to be a car accident again. But I'm hoping we don't see the accident first in full, but rather we peel the layers back as the film progresses to the final act reveal. Now, there's this rumored character expected to appear in the film named Pastor Noah, but his whereabouts during the film seem to be up in the air, almost as if he's just MIA. Now, I'm starting to believe that Nicholas Chavez is the victim of these friends' accident. But maybe what started as an accident turns into a dirty deed, like you've seen me highlight previously if you follow me on Twitter and just been listening to some of my other videos. Nicholas survived the initial accident, threatened to hold them accountable, and now they proceed to kill him without realizing someone from Pastor Noah's community was watching them commit said dirty deed. They cover their tracks, think no one saw it, and then a year goes by. Now, for this to work in my head, Nicholas's body is never found. He's just still missing a whole year later, and perhaps it's treated like an Allison De Laurentiis sort of situation in town. Now, how does Pastor Noah fit into this? Well, Noah could be revealed as Nicholas's father. And another big twist is the reason the body was never found is because Pastor Noah's community has had it this entire time. They've been scheming to enact revenge against these group of friends. For the past year, Noah's community stalked these friends, tried to see if there were any sort of accomplices in the mix, which is where Ray and Julie come in, and this community did what it could to keep Southport investigating Nicholas's whereabouts while Noah planned his revenge. The Ben Willis angle is just used because Noah is familiar with that story and always sympathized with Willis. Upon learning Ray and Julie are potential accomplices, thanks to his community witnessing the friends interact with Ray briefly, because you don't have to necessarily say any of them are children to Ray and Julie. They could have just been targeted by simply interacting with this friend group. Pastor Noah then decides to target Ray and Julie as well, since he thinks they had a hand in aiding these kids, and plus they deserve to pay for what they did to Ben in Pastor Noah's eyes. So it's like a double whammy for Pastor Noah on all accounts. Getting revenge against those who took out his son on purpose, and getting revenge on behalf of Ben Willis, who was taken out by Ray and Julie, as he thinks Ben Willis was just trying to do a good deed after someone wrongfully took their child out of this world far too early, the same way his child has not been taken out of this world far too early. But you guys let me know what you think about this down in the comment section below. I just think it's going to be something pretty simple and not overly complex the way many of us might be thinking about it. Let me know what you think down below. But if you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know if there's any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.